Hello dear 10th graders, welcome to our lesson. In our today's lesson, we are going to have reading comprehension. I hope you are doing well and you have sat closer to TV and have opened your students' books. Let's get started. Let's start with exercise number 3. You have to read the pieces that fit together and write them in the answer area. Let's see what words we have. So, thunder, thunder, storm. Then light, lightning, tornado, disaster, typhoon, hurricane, earthquake, and hailstorm. You see, dear children, today you can see these words. We have thunderstorm, lightning, tornado, disaster, earthquake, typhoon, hurricane, and hailstorm. I think you have guessed our reading passage will be about natural disasters. In our previous lesson, we spoke about natural disasters. Okay, let's continue. We have exercise number 4. We have to match natural hazards in the box with their descriptions below. Okay, sometimes 2 options are possible. So what words we have? A, an avalanche, B, an earthquake, C, floods, D, a tsunami, E, a heat wave, F, a tornado, and the G, hailstorms. Now I'm reading, and I think you are reading with me together, and let's find out what word it is. The first word is one of the names of cyclonic storm that forms over the oceans. It is caused by evaporated water that comes from the ocean. Typhoon is another name for it. How do you think what it is? I think you guessed right, it's a tornado. Then the next word are raindrops that have formed together into ice. Are raindrops that form together into ice. What is it? Yes, hailstorms. Then the next word are the result of prolonged rainfall from a storm, rapid melting of large amounts of snow, or rivers which rise up their levels of water. Floods. Yes, okay. Then the next word is a phenomenon that results from a sudden release of stored energy that radiates seismic waves. It is the shaking of the ground. I think you have guessed right, you are brilliant minds. We are talking about an earthquake. It's a slide of a large snow or rock mass down a mountainside. It is one of the major dangers faced in the mountains in winter. How do you think what word it is? I think you guessed right. An avalanche is a wave of water caused by the displacement of a body of water. It can be caused by undersea earthquakes or by meteorological phenomena. What is it? You are right. It's a tsunami. Then the next word. It's a hazard characterized by heat, which is considered extreme and unusual in the area in which it occurs. It's a heat wave. Wow. Now we have exercise number 1. What we have to do? We have to read the answers from 1 to 10 and match them with the questions A and J. And our reading passage is about earthquakes. Now we are given questions. We have to get acquainted with these questions and match them with the answers, okay? Then what questions do we have? A. What causes earthquakes? The first question. B. When are huge sea waves made? C. What is the epicenter of an earthquake? And what is a seismic wave? Then D. How dangerous are the waves? E. How can animals predict earthquakes? F. What can you look for to predict an earthquake? G. Why do scientists use Richter scale? H. How can people suffer from earthquakes? I. What does the amount of destruction depend on? And J. Where can earthquake occur? Well, now I'm reading the reading passage, and you have to find what question it is. So, the first. The layer of the earth is divided into huge pieces that are constantly moving. When two of the pieces move against each other, an earthquake happens. A large movement causes a violent earthquake, and a small movement causes a mild one. So, which question is appropriate here? You are right. A. What causes earthquakes? Then, the next one. The place where an earthquake begins is called the epicenter. When an earthquake happens, vibrations move outward from the epicenter. These rolling vibrations are called seismic waves. An earthquake is strong enough to cause damage near its epicenter. So, which question is appropriate here? B. What is the epicenter of an earthquake, and what is a seismic wave? Well, when the epicenter of an earthquake is at the bottom of the ocean, it can create huge sea waves as tall as 15 meters. So, which question can we choose here? I think you have found correctly. C. When are huge sea waves made? Okay, the next one. They are very dangerous. The waves can cross the ocean in several hours. They destroy small islands rushing toward land. In 1868, a wave reached 4.5 kilometers inland in Peru. So we'll choose here D. How dangerous are the waves? Okay, then the next one. After an earthquake, people can die from lack of food, water, and medical supplies. So, which question shall we choose here? I think you have found correctly. Yes, here we choose the question H. How can people suffer from earthquakes? Then, the next one. The amount of destruction caused by an earthquake depends on where it happens, what time it happens, and how strong it is. And here we'll choose variant I. What does the amount of destruction depend on? The next question. Scientists use the Richter scale to measure seismic waves. A seriously destructive earthquake is measured 6.5 or higher on the Richter scale. Here we choose question G. Why do scientists use Richter scale? One more reading passage. Earthquakes are not just scattered anywhere on the surface of the Earth. They happen in areas where pieces of the Earth's surface meet. Earthquakes often occur on the west coast of the North and South America, around the Mediterranean Sea. So here we'll choose J. Where can earthquakes occur? One way to predict earthquakes is to look for changes on the Earth's surface, like a sudden drop in the water level on the ground. So, which question shall we choose here? How do you think? I think you have found correctly. Here we choose question F. What can you look for to predict earthquakes? Well, and our last reading passage. Before earthquakes, people can see chickens sitting on the trees, fish jumping out of the water, snakes leaving their holes, and other animals acting strangely, suspiciously. So we'll choose here which question. We have only one question that is left. E. How can animals predict earthquakes? Well, dear students, and one more task. We have to complete the sentence according to the passage. When the epicenter of an earthquake is at the bottom of the ocean, so we have here these variants. A, vibrations move outward from the epicenter. Then B, it can create huge sea waves as tall as 15 meters. C, a small movement causes a violent earthquake. D, people die from lack of food, water and medical supplies. And the last one, E, it can create small waves. So we'll choose here. Which one, dear children? How do you think? We'll choose here B. It can create huge sea waves as tall as 15 meters. And the last task, we have to write 2 adjectives to describe earthquakes. Earthquakes can be destructive and violent. That is all for today, dear students. And at the end of our today's lesson, I would like to remind you about our enemy, about COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, according to statistics, the number of infected to this dreadful disease is rising day by day. Dear students, how can we slow down its spread? By following simple hygiene rules. We have to wash our hands very frequently during the day, clean all surfaces with alcohol, eat nutritious diet, keep social distance, wear masks when around people, and follow all hygienic rules. You know that nowadays we stay home, we have to read books, enrich our knowledge, watch interesting films, do exercises, do yoga, and improve the quality of our life. That is all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care. I wish you the best of luck. Bye.